a current, we got state-of-the-art news, traffic, and weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Everywhere you look, are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether it's help with hormone therapy, weight management, or sexual health, every woman should have access to affordable prescription medication and personalized care that understands the whole woman. Join me, Dr. Doug Lucas, clinical lead of hormone optimization and longevity at LifeMD, along with other leading experts on the podcast, Here's Something Good on Women's Health and Longevity. To learn more, go to lifemd.com.
Before you hit the road for the holidays, make sure your car is ready for the journey. Kern Oil Change keeps your engine running smooth and your family safe. No appointments needed. Just drive in and their fast, friendly team will get you back on the road in minutes. Don't wait till you're stuck on the side of the road. Stop by Kern Oil Change today and travel with confidence this holiday season. Kern Oil Change has 2 locations to serve you, 3706 Coffee Road and 5651 Auburn Street. Kern Oil Change is open 7 days a week. Follow us on Instagram for additional savings.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go. Do you like the way that fell, Chris? I gave Chris the squishy during the break.
Squish, yeah, whatever.
Let him get a feel for it and see what he thought. It's not for you, huh? It's
I guess it's just not for me. I would never buy one myself unless it was like a character that I liked, I guess. But
I'm sure they have one. Well, they have. She had when we were up in Oakland, and then we went into Frisco the next day. She got the rubber ducky one. There's a giant rubber ducky one, and I mean it's huge, dude. It's big. So they have all kinds of them. Just don't worry. And then have you ever heard the dumpling ones? The dumplings.
Yes, yeah. Someone dropped some off for you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, our good boy Danny dropped them off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all the craze, dude. Don't let your kids get hooked and obsessed with those kinds of things. Coming up in the next segment, we have Mike Phelps. He is the driver of Skelosaurus. The Hot Wheels monster trucks are set to roll into town, so we'll talk to him all about that. How you guys can get there, get tickets, what you guys can expect. I'm curious because I grew up watching monster trucks, like legit grew up watching monster trucks. It was one of my favorite things to do. Me and my cousin, we would watch monster trucks, and then we would have Hot Wheels that were monster trucks, and it was the best thing to do. That and Micro Machines. You ever see? You're probably
Micro Machines weren't in my generation.
too young for Micro Machines because
Tonkas.
Tonka truck. Yeah, Tonka was cool, but no, Hot Wheels was the thing to go with. You say we have a caller, sir?
No. Our guest.
Oh, our next guest is on the line. Well, then let's go ahead and get to our bottom of the hour break. Come back. Like I said, we'll speak with Mike Phelps. He is driver of Skelosaurus. Has the Hot Wheel monster trucks. Glow in the dark too, right? That's what I'm told.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Think they'll let me drive one?
We'll ask Mr. Phelps. I don't know. What does it take to become a driver? Like I said,
point.
I've been watching them for 30 years, probably 40 years, ever since I was a kid. Does that count? Experience? What does it take to be a monster truck driver? We'll find out from Mike Phelps, and then Cassie Bittle also will stop by. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Washington. Hamas has confirmed it will disarm as part of a deal announced by President Trump that also requires Israel to end its strikes and pull out of Gaza. It marks a potential breakthrough in ending the war. Implementation, however, faces some challenges. Hamas has said that laying down its heavy weapons, which would come later in the process, will be contingent on the creation of a Palestinian state. That would appear to be a non-starter, something Israel's current government adamantly rejects. Israel has not officially commented on the deal. It is part of a U.S. brokered ceasefire announced last year. Many of America's allies around the world are growing more comfortable waiting out the Iran war. Still, President Trump is urging them to get more involved and help bring a quicker end to the conflict. Major oil companies reporting massive profits while the findings gone on because of a lower supply of oil. At the close on Wall Street, the Dow was up 277 points. This is SRN News.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you.
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. There's a possibility that after this year's legislative session that some of the permitting required to burn vegetation and dry debris that can help cause wildfires may be able to be skipped. One state assemblyman says that bill is based on Governor Gavin Newsom's emergency declaration, which in emergencies only right now allows some of that environmental permitting process to be skipped. It all started with a man going too fast, according to Kern County deputies. And that was Wednesday night about 11 on Niles Street, and that's where they started chasing 20-year-old Andres Montoya. He was going too fast and driving so recklessly that they say they had to cut the chase off, but he ended up crashing in a parking lot and was caught. Deputies say a 17-year-old girl who was in his car had serious injuries. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
I'm here with Dr. Tarkesh from Affordable Dentures and Implants. Doc, how does digital dentistry improve the process of getting dental work done?
Digital dentistry is a cutting-edge technology that creates a highly accurate 3D scan of your mouth. It helps make a more precise and efficient treatment. For example, with implants, this can allow us to plan procedure down to the smallest detail, which in return speed up the process, reducing the time patients spend in surgery.
And who is a good candidate for the implants?
Almost anyone missing teeth. As long as the patient has enough bone to support the implant or can undergo a bone graft, implants are a great option. We always do a thorough evaluation to make sure the implants are the best solution for each patient's unique needs.
Get the smile you've always wanted without anxiety at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Dr. Nozar Tarkesh, who specializes in implants with IV sedation. Visit them online at affordabledentures.com. Affordable Dentures and Implants. That's what we do.
Go ahead and smile. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
So CSUB former coach and graduate Kevin Mays was sentenced 4 years for human trafficking, having kiddie porn, weapons, methamphetamine, and with time served and time for good behavior, he'll be out by next summer. Thank you, Monty Hall, a.k.a. Cynthia Zimmer. Let's make a deal.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230.
KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. You can download the Current Radio app to your smart device. Take us on the rest of your summer vacations, wherever they may lead you for the next week and a half. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Current Radio, and you can watch us from the Current Radio studios right there on YouTube. Just search us up right there, and you can watch us. And the studios, those are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. If you guys are looking for something to do in the next couple of weeks, get your kids pumped up. Rolling into town for the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow in Fire at the Dignity Health Arena on August 22nd and 23rd for 3 shows. You guys can get tickets at HotWheelsMonsterTrucksLive.com. But speaking with us right now is one of the drivers, Mike Phelps. He is the driver of Skelosaurus. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I imagine you're doing good. You drive a monster truck for a living. Like how that's one of the coolest jobs in the world.
It's a dream come true.
I imagine. I grew up as a kid just watching monster trucks. I mean, I can remember in the back room at my grandma's house with my cousin, we would literally do that. We would watch the monster trucks on TV, and then we would have our Hot Wheels sprawled out in front of us, and the smaller cars would be the cars that you just jump over with your monster truck. We didn't even care about those ones. We were like, all right, we got the monster trucks, and we'd light them up and then just bram. Did you do that as a kid as well? Did you always see yourself like, one day I'm gonna be a driver for those things?
Well, I thought it would be cool to drive one, but I done the same thing. I played with my Hot Wheels, ran over the cars, and actually the cars that I was crushing with the Hot Wheels monster trucks, I hit with a hammer to make them look like that.
Now that's cool. That's my mom wasn't gonna let us smash our Hot Wheels, but your mom was cooler than ours.
Yeah, well, she didn't know until she seen them, and then
and then it was too late.
I got in trouble.
That's right. So how does one become a driver? You've been doing this for 20 years now?
I've been in monster trucks 24, but I've been driving about 15.
Goodness great. So you didn't start off as a driver?
No, I started off sweeping the floor after the show.
There you go. Any way you can get in the garage, huh?
Right. Any way you can get your foot in the door, and then once you get your foot in the door, then you can decide your own path from there.
Wow. And so you've been driving now, you said for 20 years?
I've been driving 15, but I've been in monster trucks production side and driving side for about 20, 24 years.
How hard is it to drive one of those things? Because it's not like me driving down the street in my vehicle.
Right. It's once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. But when you first get in the truck, your nerves are going, and your adrenaline's pumping, and everything's in fast forward. And you get used to doing it, week in and week out. Then it kind of calms down. Your nerves calm down, and then it becomes fun.
Yeah, there's nothing more fun than taking a 12,000-pound truck called Skeletorus and just driving over cars. Not only that, you guys have taken this to the next level now, because there's guys you're not just driving over cars anymore.
Yeah, we do. In the Hot Wheels show, the Hot Wheels Glow and Fire that we're bringing to Dignity Health Arena, is we start off with what we call a long jump, and that's the one what car you can land on, or if you can clear the cars, whichever one jumps the furthest. And then we go into a wheelie contest, and that one's just about opposite. It's the most vertical you can get on the car stack. And then we go into, donuts. And then, of course, we end the show with everybody's favorite, and that's Monster Truck Freestyle. And, anything goes. in freestyle.
Yeah, that was probably always my favorite part of the show. Like the racing was cool and all those things, you know what I mean? The long jumps and all that stuff was cool. But once we got into the freestyle, that's when you just let the guys go out and have fun and get creative.
Right. You hit whatever's in front of you then.
What's your favorite part of the night?
My favorite part of the night, which, it's not everybody's, but mine is the fan interaction. That's what gets me pumped up in order to perform like I perform. I really like enjoying the looks on the kids' faces. Their eyes light up when they see the toy that they've been playing with in their living room come to life on the floor. That's what I look forward to.
Yeah, that's cool. That's like I said, that's for me, that's my childhood. I literally, like I said, we would do that. And now my niece's kids do that because she's got 2 boys and they're all into that stuff. It's just those kids watching them watch these big, I want to say big ass trucks because that's what they are, Mike. These are some big old trucks, man. And you guys are out there doing some really gnarly tricks when you get into the freestyle. Tell me how the sport for you kind of has evolved. You've seen it over the last, you said you've been in it now for 24 years and 15 of those as really driving. Talk to me about how the sport's kind of evolved.
It has evolved. When I got into it, racing was the big deal.
Yeah.
And, they threw in, wheelie contest, and then freestyle was still at the end of the show. But after the racing got done, when I first got into it, you see people leaving because they didn't care for freestyle. Now it's the opposite. Now they want to see all the tricks and freestyle, and they just endure the rest of the show, which is, to me, the whole show is exciting.
Oh yeah.
But people now stay until freestyle because that's what they look forward to.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be so cool. And then you guys throw in the glow in the dark aspect of it.
Right. Yeah. When the show starts, the lights come down. We have fog machines and we got light effects all around the arena, and then we have LED lights to come on our truck. So the first part of the show is one color. And then when we transition to our fire, which is, after intermission, then we have another color come on. And so it kind of gives us a fire glow effect, which, there's no real fire in the arena, but, it's all the effect and, it's all for the kids.
Yeah, it's all about taking the show to the next level. Just like I said, like you guys have done, especially with the tricks now that you guys do. Like I said, we're talking about 12,000-pound trucks. Are you not like you said? Now you're just comfortable and it's about entertainment. But at any time, are you like the safety that's in there that has to make you feel like, all right, I'm safe in here because you guys roll a lot.
We do roll a lot. We try not to in the Hot Wheels shows because the younger kids tend to get a little scared.
Yeah.
But I've had my share of rollovers, and that's the good part about the technology. It has evolved when I first got into it till now. Is so much safety has been integrated into the chassis of the trucks, and we've got extra bracing and bars going where we they get drawn up on a computer and it tells us the weak point. So that's where we strengthen the truck. And, before long, that's why when I first started, trucks weighed 9,500 pounds, and now they weigh upwards of 12,000, 13, some of them out there are 14,000 pounds.
Wow.
So that's just how much more metal we're adding to the truck for our safety.
Yeah, just to keep the guys safe because, like I said, you've stepped up the tricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just, we're doing wheelies and long jumps and spins. I mean, there's some guys out there getting really crazy with these things.
Yeah, they do. They do.
What would you say to a kid thinking about maybe I want to, because we all done. I mean, I played and was like, man, that'd be so cool to get into one of those things. What would you say to a kid that would want to get in there and start driving a truck?
Well, if you want to get in there and you're dreaming of that, don't let anybody tell you can't achieve your dream, because this was one of my dreams, and I've achieved it. And I try to, everybody that asks me that, I try to tell them, you keep your dream alive. No matter what you do, you work hard. If you're not in the monster trucks right now, keep talking, keep talking to the drivers at shows and promoters and so forth and so on to get your foot in the door. And once your foot's in the door, then your dream of driving a truck is more achievable.
Yeah, like you said, you started just sweeping the floors in the garage.
Yeah, the first I would say 6 months I was in monster trucks, I was sweeping the floor for free. That's how I got my foot in the door. And then I got paid for it, and I was like, you know what? I can save my money and buy one of these now. And that's what I did.
And that's what you did, and that's how Skelosaurus, and you got behind the wheel of Skelosaurus.
That's right.
Wow, that's so awesome, man. You took a childhood dream and you made it a reality, and you get paid for it, Mike. You get paid for it, dude. That's
the good part.
I mean,
I get paid to live my dream.
I thought I had a cool job. I'm like, yeah, I get to talk on the radio all day and do nothing, you know what I mean? And hang out and just your job's even cooler than mine, dude. You took, because there's no kids sitting around going, one day I want to grow up and be a talk show radio host. No, they're not playing with radio parts. They're playing with Hot Wheels and monster trucks, Mike.
Right.
And you've taken that and you've made it a career, my brother. Hats off. Congratulations to you. You'll be a part of the Bakersfield show, right? And you'll be out there for the pre-show party where they can go down and get autographs, take pictures, and just get up close and personal with the trucks, yeah?
That's right. I believe I'm slated to be the VIP truck for Bakersfield. So I'll be part of the VIP backstage area where we get, it's even more up close and personal because you can actually sit in the wheels of my truck in back, and you get to look up into the cab where outside in the normal they've got the tape around where you can't get real close.
Right.
But in the VIP section, you can sit in the wheels. You can take pictures almost inside. You can't climb in.
Right.
There's too many buttons to push. And but you get right up close, personal. Ask me questions. Ask the FMX team captain questions, Mr. Jeff Griffin, which he's actually he lives right there in Bakersfield, and he'll be one of the superstars of the Hot Wheels show.
Wow! And so get that VIP access for the shows on August 22nd and 23rd, and you'll be able to go right up to your truck. You're saying?
Yes, you'll get to hear my story on how I got in the business. You get to hear Jeff Griffin's story, and then you get to see, I don't know if I should let the cat out of the bag, but you get to see the robot, the transforming robot.
The fire-breathing robot.
Yes. You get to see that up close and personal and how it operates before anybody else in the show gets to.
That's so cool. And your truck is really cool, Mike. I mean, you've got a really cool-looking truck.
No, it's themed. Mattel themed that after I believe they said a T-Rex skeleton.
Yeah.
So they took the first part of the skeleton and they made it a reality, and I got to put it on my truck and I get to display that truck.
That's pretty cool. And kids can actually go out and buy the Hot Wheels version of your truck.
They sure can.
That's
available anywhere that Hot Wheels is sold.
That's pretty cool. And then just go out to the show, get to see the truck. Like I said, get that VIP access. You'll be able to meet Mr. Phelps and see his truck up close and personal like nothing else. Just really cool, Mike. Thanks so much for taking the time out today to talk to us. If people want to get tickets to the show and stuff like that, tell them how to do it.
You go to Hot Wheels MonsterTrucksLive.com, or you can get tickets at AXS.com. And days of show, you can go right to the box office at Dignity Health Arena, right there in Bakersfield.
That's right. And those shows are happening August 22nd and 23rd. There's 3 shows. On Saturday, there's one at 11:30, and then another one at 6:30 that evening. And then Sunday is the afternoon show at 1:30. Thanks again, Mike Phelps, for taking the time out of your busy schedule for speaking to us. I look forward to meeting you in a couple of weeks. I'll be out there at the show as well. So I look forward to meeting you and getting to see your truck up close and personal. Thanks again so much.
Look forward to it. Thank you, sir.
All righty. You have a good day.
You too.
I mean, how can he not have a good day? He gets to drive a freaking monster truck. I'd want to take it home. I'd be like, is this like a cop car where I get to take it home? Is this like the Kern County Sheriff's Office where I get to take my work vehicle home for the day? This isn't like the Hot 94-1 van that I could just drive home, is it? Like, no, sir, you have to leave the monster truck here. Dang it. Thanks again to Mike Phelps for taking time out of his day. If you want tickets, go to Hot Wheels MonsterTrucksLive.com or the Dignity Health Arena homepage. Show is August 22nd and 23rd. 3 shows to be exact. 2 on Saturday, 1 at 11:30, the other one at 6:30, and 1 at Sunday in the afternoon at 1:30 p.m. It's glow in the dark. Monster Trucks Live, glow in fire. The Dignity Health Arena. Come back. Talk about Gavin Newsom's money. Then in the 2 o'clock hour, Cassie Bittle, owner of KC Steakhouse and the Stockyard, plus member of the Planning Commission, plus was at the Bakersfield Downtown Business Association's annual meeting and candidate for City Council Ward 3. We'll talk with her about all that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Current Radio,
Smells like
News
bubblegum.
Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
The Ed Jiggles extravaganza that we're all going to be treated to. It's yet another way too closely connected to the DA's office, so this one's going to play out in Tulare. And that's fun for 2 reasons. Number one, we're not going to have to pay for it. And the other thing is listening to how our news guy's going to pronounce Tulare every morning. We're all going to find out together in real time. It'll be a festival.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
I'm Mary Madeline, owner of Madeline Toyota Lift. For over a decade, Adaptive Networks has been our trusted IT partner. Ryan and his team are responsive, reliable, and always there when we need them. They keep our business running smoothly so we can keep Kern County moving. We count on Adaptive 24/7.
And that's why you need Adaptive Networks. The knowledgeable folks at Adaptive Networks don't just provide simple and stable environments, they also protect your business from cyber threats with advanced security solutions that stop phishing scams, malware, and hackers before they reach you. Their AI-driven threat detection and real-time monitoring ensure that your data stays safe, secure, and always online. So while cyber criminals are working overtime, your business stays one step ahead. Protect your business before it's too late. Call Adaptive Networks today, 241-0638, or visit adaptive-net.com. Better IT means better business.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-924-7415. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-924-7415. 800-924-7415. 800-924-7415.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, KernRadio.com. I want to thank Mike Phelps for taking out the swimmer. I didn't even ask him. Maybe he was the swimmer. We forgot to ask him. Get him back on the phone. I got to find out. Mike, did you used to, before, because when was Mike Phelps the swimmer around? When did Mike Phelps win all his Olympic medals? 90?
No, 2000s.
Was it the 2000s?
Yeah, 2008 on.
Okay.
Because the first one was Spitz.
Because this guy's been doing his for 20 years now. So 2006, he started driving monster trucks. So I'm guessing he couldn't swim and drive monster trucks at the same time. We forgot to ask him if he's the same Mike Phelps. But I don't think it's the same Mike Phelps.
No, 04 to 16.
Yeah, see, he wasn't. This guy was sweeping garages at the monster truck rally.
Oh, he told us.
So
that could have just been a really good accent.
If you want to go find out for yourself and meet Mike Phelps, you can. The monster trucks live glow and fire roars into Dignity Health Arena August 22nd and 23rd for 3 shows. You can get tickets at Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live.com. You can even get VIP access so you can see Mike Phelps and his monster truck Skelosaurus up close and personal. Want to thank him for taking time out of his schedule. And then coming up in the 2 o'clock hour, Miss Cassie Bittle will be in here. We'll talk about their little meeting that happened the other day. Not only that meeting, but the Homeless and Housing Committee meeting met earlier in the week, kind of discussed some similar topics. And what I took away from that, or at least the Tuesday Homeless and Housing Committee meeting, was Flood Ministries telling us that we ain't got enough beds. People are getting denied beds, that need beds, that want help. And so I asked Jim Willard the other day, and I've been kind of saying, yeah, we need more beds, just the right kind of beds. We'll talk with Miss Cassie Bittle about that as well. The California governor, Gavin Newsom, and his wife have released their tax. What was she looking? She hiding back? What's she hiding about? What's she hiding about? Why is she whispering? Tell her, don't be scared, Cassie.
She's not scared.
Don't
She
be
just
scared.
roll around the place.
Don't be scared. Tell her.
She's like, can you tell I have ADHD? I was like, yeah.
A little bit. Here, give her this.
Actually, no,
Tell her
that's true.
she needs the squishy.
Yeah,
She
go-
needs
go
the
grab the
squishy.
pink
See
squishy.
this? This is a squishy. All the kids are doing it. You can have this one. It's a gift from my daughter to you. But Gavin Newsom and his wife made somewhere between $1.7 million and $2 million annually from 2022 through 2024. And apparently they paid about $500,000 a year in federal and state taxes. That's according to tax returns released by his office. The office released more than 700 pages of tax filings spanning 4 years for reporters to review, offering a window into his finances as he prepares to leave office. And as we've said, he's running in 2028. There's no question he wants to be the president. For whatever reason, they haven't filed a return for 2025, but the couple filed for an extension. And hopefully those 2025 records will be available in October. The Newsom's income has remained relatively consistent since when he took office in 2019, when the couple reported $1.7 million in annual income. The exception was in 2021, when the family sold a house for nearly $6 million in Marin County, making roughly $800,000 from the sale. That year, they made $4.2 million and paid more than $1 million in federal and state taxes. They earned roughly $2 million in 2022. Again, this is a response to not only the U.S. Justice Department's investigation into the Newsoms, but also getting ahead of his presidential bid. Now, Newsom made nearly $200,000 annually from serving as governor. So that means, where the hell did he make the other $1.5 million at? Most of his income comes from winery and restaurant businesses that he put in a blind trust when he took office. The returns don't name individual businesses, making it impossible to know which ones gained and which ones lost money. The Plump Jack Group, a company he owns that includes a suite of wineries and restaurants, is now run by his sister, and his cousin. His wife, or as she likes to be called, first partner, is a film director. And apparently she lost money most years from that Girls Club Entertainment, a production company she founded. The business produced Misrepresentation, a 2011 documentary about disparaging portrayals of women and girls in media, and 2 other films, which have received money from the state and are played in schools. The Newsoms paid between roughly $14,000 and $44,000 a year for childcare for 3 of their 4 children, according to the tax filings. They gave between $40,000 and $65,000 in gifts to charity each year, mostly through monetary donations. Let's go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we'll speak with the one, the only Miss Cassie Bittle. Where she finds time to speak to us, I don't know, because she owns a restaurant. She operates KC Steakhouse, and you'll find her in there all the time, bussing tables and all those kinds of things.
You are not getting that back, by the way.
She loves that, huh? We'll talk with Ward 3 City Council candidate Cassie Bittle coming up next. This is the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Current Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Peters in Washington. There's a migrant crisis underway through the border separating Spain's Ceuta from Morocco.
Spain has deployed the military to Ceuta after thousands of people breached the border with Morocco. At least 9 people have died. A member of Spain's civil guards officers says it's absolute chaos. Video footage shows crowds of people, mainly Moroccans, in the water, many with inflatables at a local beach, walking onto the land. A human rights official says the Tarajal border was opened under unusual circumstances and people crossed. This man, Salad, crossed the border.
We don't have a good life in Morocco. We don't have a good medicine.
To reach Ceuta, located on the northern African coast, many migrants often swim from Morocco. I'm Ed Donahue.
President Trump says generic drugs imported into the U.S. will face 0 tariffs for 2 years. Starting August 1st, for a 100% levy takes effect in August 2028. It rises to 200% a year later. President Trump says before implementing his new policy, foreign drug makers would charge U.S. patients excessive prices for prescriptions.
A pill that's sold for $10 in Germany would sell for $130 in New York. Same pill from the same company, the same factory, the same plant, same laboratory. From $10 and we pay $130. I say no.
Nearly all prescriptions in the U.S. are filled with generic drugs that often come via overseas manufacturing and involve complex ownership structures. Another good day on Wall Street with the Dow up by 276 points. The Nasdaq rose 251, with the S&P 500 advancing by 52 points. More at townhall.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150
What's up, woman?
while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few
host, JR.
Welcome back. It's the second hour of the show. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Download the Current Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go for the next week and a half while your kids are still on summer and you can get a vacation in. Plus, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search Current Radio and find us streaming live on YouTube right now. Head over there. Search up Current Radio. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can watch us from the Current Radio studios. The studios are powered by Adaptive Networks. You can call them for your IT needs at 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And we have a guest in studio. If you are watching online, you can see that. She is the one, the only, the very busy, the well-informed and engaged Miss Cassie Bittle. Good afternoon, madame.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a while.
It has. The only reason I really invited you because I know you bring me stuff and you brought me, what is this again?
So chef made fresh this morning a bread pudding with baked apples and a whiskey cream cheese frosting.
Oh my gosh.
It is so phenomenal. I walked in this morning and it just smelled cinnamon and apples and cream and sugar, all those wonderful things you're not supposed to have at 8 a.m. But I had a little slice, so I thought I'd bring you a big slice. What do you think?
It's delicious. Can you get this?
Oh, yeah.
Can I order this tonight?
Yeah,
Like
well,
if somebody goes in, they can get this?
We're going to have it on special all weekend. Hopefully it runs out tonight, but you might get a chance tomorrow night too.
Yeah, get into KC Steakhouse tonight and then just after dinner, just tell them you want the bread pudding.
Exactly.
And you heard it right here.
Yes.
So I invited you. I talked to you yesterday because there's been a couple of meetings this week that have at least dealt with something that we've probably discussed since 2019, at least, if not before that. And it's the homeless issue. And I'm talking, the Homeless and Housing Committee had a meeting on Tuesday in which Flood Ministries went before them. They talked about, their different outreach and how they're, from what I took from it, a lack of beds. And then you were a part of the Downtown Business Association's meeting. It's an annual meeting that you guys have. And now, so that took place yesterday, or did that take place the same day? Did that take place Tuesday as well?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And it's actually open to the public as well. So they have them quarterly. And this time it was at the realtor's office. And I'm going to get in trouble for not knowing where the next one is, but they do a good job on getting it out on social media. So just know that if you're part of the public and you want to be engaged with what's going on with the crime and how our downtown task force is being part of the solution, you're more than welcome to join us for our meetings. It's always great to have new faces and to be able to educate everybody on where we've came and where we're going in the future.
A lot of business owners are part of that, but not only that, the Bakersfield Police Department participates as well.
I think that is the most important part. Over the years, we've stressed the need for communication, and the police department has done a fabulous job in getting people in the community together to discuss the issues and what they're doing. So that way they know, what is the police department doing as part of the solution? Like if we're not able to get them into jail, what exactly are they doing? So it gives an opportunity to ask those hard questions. They bring everybody to the table. This last time we had the head of the dispatch there to ask, to answer any questions that we might have about calling in and reporting crimes, and then also to give us her side of what they need and what they deal with as well. So they bring different people each time. This last time we also had an arson investigator there because the fires are a huge issue, and getting to know what they're doing to try to help be part of the solution is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is. And downtown has been dealing with, I know one of the things that was a topic was the broken windows. There was recently somebody was breaking windows. What was it at, what was the place?
Well, there was the superintendent of schools building,
office,
and then health and human services building as well,
and then the memorial was also, and then Moo Creamery was having issues a while back. So was the arena. I think the Dignity Health Arena was having issues where it was the same person breaking multiple windows over and over and over. And the worst part is they know who it is.
They do.
The police have dealt with this person or these particular people on numerous occasions.
Oh yes.
And that I think has become the issue. And what we get with also on Tuesday's meeting and Flood Ministries saying, hey, we're turning people away that want services. And I hate to ask, we're out of beds. Do we need more beds?
We we need to be able to get people into the services that they need. And so until we have that carrot and stick of being able to get people into jails and in before the judge to get them sentenced to the proper jail diversion, then we're not going to be able to get them into the beds that they need. So yes, are our homeless centers overfilled? They are. We do have people still out on the streets, but we are also not taking advantage of things like Proposition 36, like the business owners would like to see. We would like to see some of these people off of the streets instead of getting desensitized to seeing them on a daily basis. And so the police department does continue to tell us business owners and all residents of all over Bakersfield, if you are a victim of a crime or you're a witness of a crime, please, please report it.
Report it still.
Yes, because these crimes, if they go unreported, then it can't be gathered together for the case. So we need to be able to know all of the incidents that these people are part of, because a lot of times when they put those pictures up on the screen, a lot of us look at one another like, yep, dealt with her before,
Yeah,
dealt with him before.
Yeah, and I think it was at that meeting where they said, yeah, and most of the times they'll be out within 5 hours.
Oh,
They're I mean, they'll go through the process of booking or whatever, and then they're just put right back out on the streets.
And it's frustrating, but through the Downtown Business Association, since 2018 is when I joined the fight with them and really started the conversation. I started out really angry in 2018 and 2019. I mean, Dixie and I were at every city council meeting. We were doing press conferences anywhere that we could to be heard. And it was a time that we spent educating ourselves as well. So we met with the sheriff, the district attorney, the human and health services, the mental health services, and homelessness. And we really identified what were the major causes of what we were dealing with. And we do know that Propositions 47 and 57 played a huge role in what we were experiencing in 2018 until now. Also, AB 109 was implemented in 2011. So these are problems that were created many years ago. And a lot of them were created by the voters. So those years we spent really angry, and then the pandemic hit. And we had to kind of take a back seat and really look at how our businesses were going to survive just on their own as well. So through the years, we've learned to calm down a little bit, to realize that you have to educate yourself. You have to get to know the issues and you have to find solutions, because just kicking and screaming and saying there's a problem, yeah, it'll get the clicks and it'll get people, talking about it. But at the end of the day, the people that are in the positions that they are everyday people as well. And they need the suggestions and they need people to be looking for solutions in other areas. What other cities do you go to? What do you see different in Orange County or in Lancaster or, Fresno that you don't see here in Bakersfield? And bring those solutions to the table. Because when we have communication, that's when we get the problem solved. So it's just so important for everybody to stay involved and get an understanding of how we ended up here. So do we need more beds right now? Of course, but let's look at the beds that we need to be filling, not just building more shelters.
That's exactly what I said the other day. Yes, unfortunately, I hate to say it, we do need beds, but it's the right type of beds. I know you also have been a part of the jail bed task force. Goodness gracious, woman, where do you find time to do all these things?
All of these different things were spread through the years as well. I didn't just end up on Flood Ministries board. It took some hard conversations between Jim Wheeler and I about why we were where we at. And he noticed that I asked the hard questions and I want to dig into the numbers and I want to know, are we wasting money? What are we doing? And through those conversations and actually understanding, that's how he offered me a position on the board. And, I had to meet with all the other board members, but those are not positions that are forever. It's great to be able to get a real understanding, boots on the ground of those that are out there on the streets, being the hands and feet of Jesus and trying to do what they can with what tools that they do. Yeah. But through the years, we've gained new tools in our toolbox, like Proposition 36. So that was enacted in 2024. And that's really where a lot of our problems end. So when we get that enacted and we actually start to hold people accountable for their crimes, not just giving them a bed and saying, will you please take the services? They need to be forced to take those services.
Well, and they need to be held accountable for the actions that they're doing out on the streets. Where are we at with the jail beds?
That is a hard one. And that is my biggest push.
I know you're in on that conversation a lot.
And that is,
you had to convince me that was something we needed. Because we had many conversations.
It's taken a lot of convincing and a lot of time, getting different solutions there that are for the here and now. So what we're hoping for is not long-term solutions. We don't want this to be going on forever.
Well, right. We don't want this just to be another thing where we're using this to continue to clean up a mess that we're not solving the problem for. We want to solve the problem so we don't have to have all these other services going on and spending all this money if we only just tackled the issue.
Exactly. And, through the years, I've been coined as Bakersfield's cheerleader. And that's because I do feel that people here want to make a difference. And you do have a lot of people that are coming to the table. But one problem the city does have is communication.
Yeah.
We have to have more communication with not only the business owners, but the community members and everybody that's around to get their input on different, problems that are affecting every square inch of this city. It's not just downtown issues that your downtown business owners are stepping up and talking about. It's whole citywide issues. And there hasn't been any communication from the Jail Bed Task Force Committee to any members that were of it. So I don't think the last time we met was in March, and that was when it ended. And so I haven't had any communication on that. I've heard it brought up a few times. I keep knocking on doors. You've got to move faster on this. This is our solution. And here we are sitting on our hands. But at the end of the day, government takes time. We didn't end up here overnight, and homelessness didn't just appear overnight. It was a slow movement to get us where we're at, and we want quick actions in our solution. So I'm hoping the city moves faster with this. I think that every community member needs to be writing their city council members, writing the city staff, or showing up to city council meetings and giving their input of where they think that our money is best spent. So I just keep encouraging the community to stay active. That's how you end up on so many boards and so many different groups, and no time of your own is getting involved, because they'll latch on to you the second. It's not a machine, it's a community that wants change.
Yeah. And it's about getting information and, like you said, educating yourself. We'll take a break. On the other side, Miss Cassie Bittle is running for city council. She's an official candidate. Well, you're official yet? You have to turn in?
Still turning my paperwork.
You're going to turn your paperwork? I'm going to look right now. See who's turned it in.
There you go.
She is a candidate, or
Will be.
She's pulled the paperwork, we should say, for City Council Ward 3. We'll discuss why the heck did she do that? I've had many conversations with her for a lot of years, we'll say. More with Cassie Bittle. Coming up, it's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
it all the day long. I trust in God.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. Sitting here with Cassie Bittle, owner-operator over at KC Steakhouse, the Stockyard next door on F Street, and also a member of the Planning Commission. And also, are you part of the Downtown Business Association? Is that what you're a member of?
Oh, yes.
That's why you're
Yes.
at those meetings?
I've been a member. I've been a board member for a couple of years, and I took a couple of years off, let some other people take the seat. Still stayed involved with it, but then I'm also a member of the DBDC, which is the Development Corporation for the Downtown Business Association. They've been my biggest advocates through the years. When I felt like I was all alone in the homelessness issue, when the first article came out about what was going on in the downtown area, I had heard multiple times that I had ruined my business and everybody else's by speaking out about the issues that we had downtown. But it created a community of other concerned business owners that came together, and we've had big meetings where we've had to fill up the seats over at the Bakersfield Music Hall of Fame and had, a whole panel of speakers. And we've had small little get-togethers in the Stockyard next door. It's always a different group of people, but always with the same concern that we want a welcoming, clean, and nice downtown. So it's a wonderful organization to be part of.
And I think it's because of that organization and getting all of you guys together that your voices are even more recognized and more heard, and that you've gotten the attention of the city and the elected officials, that now they're showing up and they're speaking to you. Before, like you said, if it was one of you, it was like, oh, you might have been shunned, but now it's like the whole group and they can't ignore all of you.
We have done so much through the years just getting our voices together, and we're a very diverse group. It's everything from nonprofits like the Open Door Network to Flood Ministries, and then Luigi's and Pyrenees, Arizona Cafe, you name it. They've been to our meetings, and it's not just restaurants, but the different clothing stores downtown that have had their windows smashed out. They come together to educate themselves and to get an idea of why we're where we're at, but also to get the phone numbers, to get to know the people that are the movers and shakers in town that can help you get things done. So networking is so important, whether you're part of the Chamber of Commerce, a Rotary, or a downtown business association. Getting together and having those numbers gives you a voice to get what you need done. We wouldn't have the Poo Patrol, which I know it's not supposed to be coined that, but that was what we called it when we were asking the city for help. Is that the city's job to clean up human feces in the downtown area? No, it's not. But are we so grateful to have that phone number for Valley Pressure Pros to be able to come down and make sure our businesses are taken care of? Because the state issues are still affecting us on a daily basis, but we are trying to come up with solutions to keep businesses downtown and to also to offer services for other businesses in Bakersfield as well experiencing. We're always a great place to ask questions.
You are one of 4 candidates who have now pulled papers for Ward 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. They've still got some more time though. Since Ken Weir is stepping down, that does add an extra 5 days. So there is some more time for some more people to get in the race.
So you have not, the deadline is next Friday, but then there's 5 additional days because the incumbent is not running for re-election.
Yes.
Okay, so there's 4 of you. What in the Sam Hill, as our friend Ralph Bailey would say, what in the Sam Hill made you want to get involved in this?
I read one time a previous council member said, I was crazy enough to get into the restaurant industry. What makes you think I wouldn't do this?
Oh, that's true.
There are challenges facing our community, and I have been involved since day one not day one, obviously we've been here a long time, but in the downtown area, I've been involved for 8 years, and I've taken seats at different tables and tried to do as much as I can from the sidelines. So it's about time that I take a seat at the table as well, to get a little taste of my own medicine, to understand how problems are solved from that dais. So I'm hoping that the voters will give me an opportunity to represent them, not only as a concerned community member and business owner, but as their councilman for Ward 3.
Ward 3 City Council. What do you see the biggest challenges the city's facing, or what are our biggest things that you see should be our highest priorities?
There's all kinds of things that'll take 4 years to get unraveled, but homelessness is obviously number one. It is something that we've been dealing with, and it affects our community on more ways than one. So tackling homelessness is one of my top priorities. But also, making sure that our development process is going smoothly as well. This year was actually the last 4 years we've been updating the general plan and where we see Bakersfield going over the next 20 years. So being able to steward that process from that seat will make a big difference. I've been on the planning commission, so I have an idea of what's stalling the process? What's keeping our development from being as quick as we would like it to be? And with every state law that comes down, it creates new problems. What are new ways that we can get around, some state issues that end up costing us a lot of money? So I think by being part of the community, I can help out in that realm as well. How do we get these housing numbers up without having to spend millions of dollars to be able to provide it? Because our housing here is short. We do have less than a 1% vacancy rate, and that's an issue that affects all generations. So we have to develop smart and we have to develop quickly to make sure that Bakersfield stays a cost-efficient place to live and the beautiful community that we need. But at the same time, we also need to find fiscal responsibility. So,
Well, I was going to say, attract businesses.
Attract it,
I mean,
yes.
we've got city lights coming on, which
Mhm.
is going to be great. It's going to be great for the east side, and it's going to be great for the city because that brings in more revenue, which Lord knows we need it right now because we're in a pinch.
We
These
are.
next couple of years are going to be tight.
They are, and we have to find ways to bolster our economy on large levels with with not material. I'm sorry, with manufacturing. But we also have to keep our smaller economy vibrant as well. The restaurants that we have in downtown and the new restaurants we're hopefully going to add to the east side helps keep the city beautiful and functioning. So we have to keep our economy moving forward, keep our businesses happy so that way they want to grow and expand to other parts of town, and we have to do that in a smart way as well. So expansion is a good thing, but it also can be scary if you're not looking at those empty lots and those existing areas and infrastructure that needs to be changed in your existing neighborhood. So there's a lot of work to be done. There is, and in that seat you do have more influence and you have more say in how that process works. So I'm ready to do it, and I think that there's a lot of different areas that we can work as a community to find those solutions.
Where does Ward 3 encompass? Where does that work out
It's big.
on the map?
It's very big. Yes. It goes all the way up past Rancheria Road, so up into the foothills,
Okay.
and goes along the riverbed to Coffee, and then it goes from 24th Street to the Columbus area. So you've got the 30th Street numbers in there. And then you also have parts of Olive Drive as well. So it's a big, big area, very diverse, lots of different neighborhoods that have different needs, but it's not too much. With an active community, there's a lot of things that we can get done in Ward 3. So it's not necessarily me that's going to be the major change. It's just people getting their voice out there and finding out how can we make Ward 3 and the rest of Bakersfield what we want it to be.
Yeah. I mean, and trying to work with the rest of the city council, which could change.
It does
You got
change.
you got 4 seats coming up this one.
It is, and it changes frequently. And when you get new people up there that aren't privy to the previous issues that we had and what we're trying to work on, they get their agendas up there and want to start on that. So we have a lot of unfinished business in Bakersfield that we need to come to a close on. And then we also need to look towards our future. So there's going to be new council members, there's going to be new opinions and personalities, but that's the exciting thing of a city council and local government is we all get a voice, we all get a say, and we all get an opportunity if we get out there. So I encourage everybody, get involved on the smallest level, whether it be a street cleanup or run for a local office. Educate yourself, watch some of the videos and get to know the people that are out there.
When you started this 8-9 years ago, getting involved, making phone calls, banging on doors, screaming and yelling for answers, did you ever think that you'd be on the other side now, having to take those phone calls and people banging on your doors?
JR,
for answers?
I remember calling you from the big red Dodge that I used to drive, sitting in the parking lot, crying over a mess that
Oh,
was in
yeah.
my parking lot, and
Oh, yeah.
asking you, what do I do? Who do I talk to? I've been to Board of Supervisors meetings. What do I do? And you gave me Lawrence Skidmore's number, and you gave me Mike Magger's phone number and told me, don't tell them I gave you these, that you need to call these
Why are
two
you
people.
telling them?
It's too late
Chris,
now.
get us to break. Get us out of here
You can
before
air
she
the dirty
gets me in
laundry.
trouble. Goodness
Mhm.
gracious, woman. Go,
So-
if you ever want to just ask Cassie a question, just go into KC Steakhouse. Just go into KC Steakhouse. Got to take a quick break. On the other side, more of the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
go,
The
or
U.S.
you good?
Marine Corps says the pilot of an F-35B stealth fighter
Story, how I've overcome. Goodness
Welcome back.
and
It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can also download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go for the next week and a half while your kids are still out of school, because after that, school starts, and then you got to leave them with grandma if you want to get out of town. But download the Kern Radio app, and you can still take us with you. You can find us on social media as well. Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio, and streaming on YouTube. You can watch us right here in all of our glory. Just go over to YouTube and search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then the Kern Radio studios are yours in your own living room, right wherever you want to take us. Those are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. We're sitting here with Cassie Bittle. She is the owner-operator over at KC Steakhouse and the Stockyard next door. Plus, she's on the Planning Commission. And what else do you sit on? You're on the Flood Ministries Board of Directors. There's probably a couple of other things, right?
Yes, one of the smaller ones that I hold near and dear to my heart is the NAPD. It's the New Advances for People with Disabilities. I connected with them back in 2019 when I did one of the downtown street cleanups. They would pair you into different groups, and I had went by myself, and so they paired me with their group, and I got to spend 2 hours walking around the streets of Bakersfield, and they picked F Street for us to clean. So we really got to get to know each other, and then we made it a tradition after that to do the downtown cleanups together. And then they invited me to be part of their Keep Bakersfield Beautiful event. And then before you know it, I'm just a family member. So that's one of my favorite organizations to see, the good work that they do on a daily basis for individuals that don't live necessarily in the same norms that we do. So they get out and they get to enjoy themselves. So I love it.
That's so good. You have given yourself over the last great part of a decade so much to this community and so many aspects. What I said, like, it's whether you're sitting on a commission or somebody's board of directors, but just doing those things, just volunteering your time.
I give that to the 4-H and the FFA. Those two organizations, I started out at 8 years old as a clover bud, and getting to know the parliamentary procedure and getting to know how to run meetings and how you speak up and give your opinion in certain times. And then you also learn to take a back seat as well and just be part of the group, whether it be volunteering to do a street cleanup. We did that many years growing up, or giving food out at an event where the football players are going to be there. Our organizations continuously found ways to give back, and I give them so much of the credit for that type of upbringing. So if you've got kids that are age 9 to 18, get them involved in your local 4-H or FFA program. Most high schools have FFAs here locally, and it is amazing what they learn from being part of those organizations.
9 years old.
9.
So
and
I can get my daughter in, you're saying?
Yes.
She's 9 now. You know that, right?
I know a lady that's got property. You can keep a lamb out there, because my niece and nephew are about of showing age. So we'll be participating in the fair outside of just feeding the judges here pretty quick.
Okay.
Get Lily involved. They do everything from chickens and rabbits into bigger animals, where they actually learn the compassion of having to care for something that can't tell you what it needs. You have to learn a strict regimen to make sure it has its daily needs. And then you also have to learn to let it go as well. And that's very difficult for a child, but it teaches you compassion and understanding of that. Sometimes it takes a life to give a life. And that's a beautiful thing for kids to learn.
She'll have a tough time if you tell her where the animal's going, though.
It's tough for everybody.
She does not. No.
But it is such an important life lesson, and it gives kids a better understanding of where their food's coming from as well.
We drove to Oakland about 2 weeks ago, and the cow farm out there on the 5, and she's like, wait a second. We started going, and wait a second. Dad, what's going to happen to all those cows?
The realization sets in.
Well, do you want a burger? She's like, no. I said, well, some of them will be okay. They'll, produce milk.
Okay.
She just looked at me like, okay, Dad.
You got to get them young. So my niece and nephew are 6 and 9, 7 and 9. And the oldest one, Carter, he asked me as we're going from his house yesterday, he goes, so which steer did we slaughter? And I'm like, my mom answers, well, it was the big one. Well, do we get to eat him tonight? I'm like, Carter, no, oh my goodness. But they have an understanding.
Yes.
We taught them young that, this is where your food comes from. We have to take care of this animal, and this animal's going to lose its life. So he got to have an appreciation for food, and that's going to grow up with him as well. So I think it's important to teach them those things
She
and
knows.
to get them involved, but it's part of life.
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
And there's other things too. They don't have to get into the animal side of it. They have ag mechanics too. About 4 or 5 years ago, going to the fair was the first time that I got to see that side of the auction and the different construction companies that were there supporting the kids with the tables and different things that they had made. So there's all different types of things that you can do amongst those two organizations.
She's already worried about padding her resume. She's like, "Will this look good on my transcript?"
In FFA, I did job interview as a competition where I got to sit down and learn how to look somebody in the eye and shake their hand and explain who I am and what I do. They have a prepared speech where you get to research topics and give a speech on what your opinion is on a matter and also back it up with data and actual facts. So that's important for
No,
kids to
yeah.
learn as well, as you can have an opinion, but make sure you have the ability to back it up too.
No, that's all good. But she's 9 and she's worried about her transcript already.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
like, kid, you're going to 4th grade.
I was bugging Liz about that the other day. I said, "What's your plan, when you grow up?" And she still doesn't know. And that's okay because, we're in a new stage of our life. And then I ask her, "What are your kids' plans?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know yet." You have to start them
Yeah.
young
Oh yeah. Oh
on
yeah.
thinking of what they want to do. It doesn't mean they're going to stick to it. But since Lily has a resume, she can go anywhere now.
Yeah. No. Kenny, college starts at kindergarten.
You've already started her radio career. She's pretty much
she's-
famous in the restaurant when
forget
she
it.
walks through.
She's everywhere she goes. It's not even the mayor won't even. She'll come and say, "Hey, how's Lily?" "I'm doing good, Mayor. Thanks, Karen." It's like, nope.
You're blessed with a very outspoken child.
Everybody asks about Lily. I'm like, whatever, you guys. Speaking of goals and what you want to accomplish, what do you hope to accomplish, and what is your goal if you become city council person?
Oh goodness. I want to continue to be the same person that I've been for the last 8 years, keeping an open mind when it comes to issues that face our community and trying to find the solutions, not just places to place the blame. Sometimes politics can make you a little desensitized and you get so many complaints and stories told about yourself that it can really change your perspective on life. And I hope that I continuously get to have that perspective of everybody's here trying to find solutions and we're all working for the same end goals at the end of the day. So I think as a personal level, that's my main goal for myself. But as my goals for the city, it's to keep our economy thriving, to get more events in our downtown area, to bring more things for our kids and our youth to do, to get the criminals off the streets and where they belong, and to keep our police department and our fire department and all of our people that are keeping us safe respected and feeling needed. So there's a lot of goals that I think everybody's goals are, but that's why I'm doing this.
Well, I know you're going to do a great job because I've seen you go at it for the last 8, 9, like I said, almost 10 years now, trying to just your level of trying to get an understanding. You know what I mean? You knew how these things were not just affecting your business, but where you lived, your whole city. And you started not just, like you said, complaining, but you started asking questions and going, okay, well, why isn't this though?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why isn't that though? And you were that squeaky wheel.
Mm-hmm. You have to be.
and now you're in a position to actually try to help make that change. And so I applaud you for putting your neck out there like that, girl. It takes a lot.
That's the other goal, is to get more people involved, to get more business owners to give up just a little bit of your time. It is a lot, but at the same time, we're already paying attention to these issues.
Yeah.
We're already looking into the sewer rates and homelessness and all of these things that are on the plate. But at the same time, if they don't take a seat, then you don't really get an opinion too. So I hope to encourage more people to get out there and get active.
That's right. And if people want more information about you, how do they do that? They just look you up on social media?
Yes, I'm on social media. You can look on YouTube. I think I've got 9 years of being on this radio show and talking about the issues. Anytime this wheel was squeaking, it was definitely on this radio show. Downtown Business Association. I do believe I have a campaign website, and you can check me out on Facebook. That's been public for years.
Or just go into KC Steakhouse because she's always there.
And give me a call. My phone number is listed on the city website. It has been since I became a planning commissioner. So I'll answer my phone. I'm not great with text messages, but I will always answer my phone. Give me a call and we can discuss these issues.
That's right. Cassie Bittle. What's going on at the restaurant?
Oh, we've got Jimmy Gaines and Bobby O playing music tonight and
Ooh.
tomorrow night. We got Chef Danny and Chef Luis back there cooking some
You got the
amazing
bread
dishes.
pudding.
Yes, we got a fresh load of the porterhouses and T-bones from Matt over at Green Frog Market today. So we're really excited to have those. So come down, see our specials. Liz will be behind the bar as always. You can't not catch her there, which is one of my favorite things.
Right. Do you
Sandy.
know what the specials are tonight?
I don't know. We've got lunch specials. I do know we always have Les Clark's favorite, which is the chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and gravy, the country gravy on Fridays. Chef Jesse makes the best clam chowder in all of Bakersfield.
Clam chowder on Fridays.
It's a little hot today, but it come in late. Our kitchen's open till 10:30.
We were in there, what was that, Tuesday night?
Yes.
My daughter and I.
Chicken pot pie soup.
Oh.
Chef Jesse makes the absolute best soups. You know, you'd think we're a steakhouse, but we get 3 or 4 people a day calling to find out what the soup is.
The soups are ridiculous. And it got to the point where my daughter didn't, before, she wasn't a big soup person, right?
No.
And she was just like, whatever. And the first time she tasted a soup there, it was mine, of course, because I'm always like, yeah, bring out whatever the soup is. And she tasted, she's like, ooh, that's pretty good. And she probably ate half of it. And then the next time we go, it's like, oh, what kind of soup is it today? Yeah, bring me out some. And then she eats it, and then she eats like half. I'm like, dude, you keep eating all my soup. Last time when we were in there, what was it? The chicken dumpling? I said, can you just bring 2? Because what's going to happen is she's going to be like, Dad, I just want to taste it. And then the next thing I know, it's gone. And I never even get to try the soup.
That's my favorite part. All of us girls, we pretty much live off of soup because it's always readily available. So he gets critiqued on his soups by every person that walks through that back door if he does a good job.
I've never had a bad soup there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And they're always changing. It's never the same. You know what I mean? There's always like, I had never had the chicken dumpling soup.
Oh, see, it
every
changes
time I
every
had
day.
been there.
Except for Fridays. It's always clam chowder on Fridays.
But other than that, you never know what it's going to be.
Saturdays too, Chef Danny always makes his soup Toscana, which has like the
soup Toscana.
Yes, it's so good with the kale on top and then like the white cream sauce. It's so good. And then Chef Luis always makes a jalapeno corn chowder, which sounds, oaky, but it is the best soup ever. All of us girls end up taking it home Saturday nights.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous because every time it's like, these soups are just stupid good.
You think because of the meat prices, we're pushing the soup, right?
I know. That's what it's like. No, it's the hidden gem.
It is.
It's nobody knows how great the soups actually are, and they need to because I swear. And now the last time when we went in on Tuesday, I was like, just bring 2 because this little kid's gonna eat all my soup, and I'm not gonna get any of it.
I love that little girl. She's getting so big too.
She is getting big. She's 9.5 now. She'll be 10, headed into the 4th grade this year.
Thank you to whatever listener brought her the Disneyland book. That was fun going through the questions of Disneyland. I was shocked at how much I knew about Disneyland without being there.
I was shocked you were how much you knew about Disneyland as well. I was like, I didn't know you liked Disneyland.
Do you forget Lauren Boyer? Sorry, Lauren Gaines now.
Gaines now, yeah.
Gaines now. That's right. She's a married woman.
That's right.
Oh yeah, many a night spent at Disneyland.
Really interesting stuff I didn't know about Miss Cassie Bittle.
Going to Legoland next week with my mother and niece and nephew.
Are you?
Me. Yeah, and unfortunately, my poor brother has to go and.
We were there. We were there last summer.
Was it good?
It was good. She enjoyed it. Yeah, the kids loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I went with my sister and her daughter, who was 6 at the time, and then my brother's son, who was about 5 at the time. So we had a 5, 6, and 8-year-old.
Got to take them to a theme park before they go back to school.
Oh yeah, that was our Disneyland trip. Was this last week? So we did that.
Oh, that Lily gets to go everywhere. Every time I talk to her, she's telling me about a new trip that her and Dad are going on.
To the beach, and then we're just back from Oakland. I'm trying to sneak in another one before school starts. Just trying to have fun. I tell her, as long as you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, we'll have as much fun as you want to.
Good.
That's all that matters. Just do your job.
And we're going to do the 4-H.
And we're going to do the 4-H.
We're not going to forget that.
We will do the 4-H. We'll sign her up. Cassie Bittle, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're so busy. She is the owner-operator over there at KC Steakhouse. Just don't tell her mom.
She's not there today.
See?
Cat's away. The mice will play.
Then
Come see us.
She is the owner and operator truly today because moms ain't there. You can go in there and you can ask her questions, but she's also a member of the Planning Commission. She sits on the board of directors for Flood Ministries as well as the NAPD. And she is also a planning commissioner and she's asking for your vote. Ward 3, City Councilwoman. Like the sound of that?
I do.
Like the sound of that? City Councilwoman, Miss Cassie Bittle. Coming back, we'll find out what we learned on the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
I don't care if leaders cheat on their wives. That's their own business. But with Newsom, this is a matter of judgment. Not only did he sleep with his best friend's wife, but it was his campaign manager, and she worked for him. This guy can't come anywhere near the White House.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
I'm Brad Mosley, owner of American Safety Services. Before finding Adaptive Networks, we wasted a lot of time and money on unreliable IT providers. For the past few years, Ryan and his team have kept our systems running smoothly and taken the stress out of managing our technology. If you're tired of IT companies that overpromise and underdeliver, call Adaptive Networks.
That's where Adaptive Networks comes in. Adaptive Networks provides simple, stable, and secure network solutions that keep your business running smoothly and securely 24/7. From small businesses to enterprises, their cutting-edge technology ensures seamless connectivity, data protection, and real-time support so you can focus on growing your business. Don't let slow or unreliable networks hold you back. Upgrade your business with Adaptive Networks today. Call 241-0638, 241-0638, or visit adaptive-net.com and experience the difference of a truly adaptive network.
Let's be honest, money can feel overwhelming. Markets change, life changes, and most people are left wondering, am I actually on track? That's where MoneyWise comes in.
For which one?
We help people simplify the complex, make smart financial decisions, and move forward with confidence, without the jargon, without the pressure. Retirement planning, big life transitions, or just getting organized and knowing where you stand. And now you can find us in a new home, the historic Woolworth building, right in downtown Bakersfield. MoneyWise, clear advice, local roots. Learn more at moneywiseguys.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
In Kern County, valley fever affects more than 3,000 people each year. But together, we can change that. Join Kern County Public Health as a Valley Fever ambassador. You don't need medical experience, just a willingness to help your community stay informed. Neighbors sharing with neighbors. Coworkers looking out for each other. Be part of the solution by signing up for a 30-minute virtual training. Visit KernPublicHealth.com to learn more.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KRN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. She forgot her squishy, Miss Cassie Bittle. I was going to tell her she can keep that one. I'm sure Lily would have given it up. If I would have told her Cassie took it, she would have been like, oh, okay, no big deal. But if I would have told her, oh, I left it sitting on my desk, she would have looked at me sideways like, how dare you take my squishy to work? But if I would have said, oh, yeah, I gave it to Cassie because she was nervous and she has ADHD and it was helping her relax. She'd been like, oh, okay, no big deal. I want to thank Cassie Bittle for coming in. If you want to ask her anything, just show up at the restaurant. Just show up at KC Steakhouse. She's readily available. She'll sit down. She'll talk to you. She's very open, very accessible. If you have any questions, she is a candidate for Ward 3 City Council. She's not the only one. Everybody's got a competitor now. That's right. We were all wondering whether or not somebody was going to get in against Eric Arias. If not, somebody was going to get in against Manpreet Kaur. Guess what? Your boy is looking at it right now. The people that have pulled papers, and this is as of, it doesn't say. Sorry. I don't have
July
that.
30th, most likely.
Probably, yeah, I would assume. I think they update it every day. I don't want to go back. If I go back, then I may. Oh, look here, look. Doesn't say when it updated it, but I would assume they updated it today, as they do almost every day. But as we just spoke about, Ward 3 has 4 candidates. The one we just spoke with, Miss Cassie Bittle, Juan Carlos Lamas. He is a MMA fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Is that Crazy Legs Lamas?
I think so.
It's Crazy Leg Lamas. And then Regina Velasquez also getting in. I hear she is a Democrat supported by unions. And if I'm just going to be real and open and honest with y'all, I think that they're hoping that Cassie Bittle and another opponent, Miss Catherine Holling, are going to split the vote. They'll split the Republican vote and hope that this Regina Velasquez will take all of the Democrat vote and just slide in. It's just my opinion. Do not let that happen. Please, we cannot lose Ward 3. We cannot afford to lose another seat on the city council, especially to somebody that's a part of the union members. God, we don't need that. We mentioned Ward 4 the other day. That is Bicycle Bob Smith. Look, I didn't make up the nickname. It's his Instagram handle, okay? Don't be mad at me. It's Bicycle Bob. But Bicycle Bob has an opponent, or at least an opponent that has pulled papers. Ryan Crowell. I hear he works out at Aviator or something. He's part of the pilots thing out at the airport, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look up exactly. I had it the other day. But he has pulled papers to run against Bob Smith, which is great. Look, all we need is opponents to get up there and make it to where they have to actually run, where they have to actually campaign, where they have to actually go out and speak, maybe debate somebody. So I applaud Ryan Crowell for getting into the Ward 4 race. Now, the ones we questioned, and I even questioned earlier this week because these ones didn't have opponents. Eric Arias has pulled papers. He was our guest about a week and a half ago and said that he will be running for re-election in Ward 1. Well, now he's got an opponent, or at least somebody that has pulled papers. Mercy Pena. P-E-N-A. Mercy Pena, right?
Pena.
Pena?
Is there a little accent?
Sure.
A little squiggly?
Squiggly? Little Mexican thing? Oh, CJ.
Yeah, I didn't say that. You said
can
that.
Get in trouble for that one. Pena. Mercy.
Most likely.
Is apparently pulled papers. I'll do a little investigation over the weekend and come back on Monday and try to tell you who Mercy Pena is. And everybody's favorite gal, vice mayor. I couldn't make it out of the primary for state assembly, so I decided that I'll still hang around and be a city councilwoman. Manpreet Kaur, Ward 7. We knew that she had pulled papers and plans to run for re-election because, again, she couldn't hack it in an election against State Senate Melissa Hurtado. She's got an opponent as well, or at least somebody that's pulled papers. Angie Valdez has pulled papers for Ward 7 to run against Manpreet Kaur. Now, again, this is all just people that have pulled out nomination papers Nomination papers have to be turned in by next Friday. That is the deadline to get your paperwork in. The only person that has turned them in is Catherine Holling. She is in the Ward 3 race, but they'll even have in Ward 3 at least an extra 5 days after that to turn in paperwork because the incumbent, Mr. Ken Weir, is not running for re-election. So that opens up a 5-day window to allow others to be able to get into that race. But everybody else has to have their paperwork in by next Friday. So we will know more as the week progresses next week. And I'm sorry, July has ended, you guys. I know I told you we're going to take July off. We're not going to talk politics, but that's over now. It's about to be August. We got to start taking this thing serious because, like I said, 4 seats on this city council are coming up. And we can make some serious changes to the leadership in this city that I, in my opinion, say is desperately needed. I got to get out of here for the day. Make room for the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Friday, so that means entertainment with Rick Bentley. This has been the JR Show. You guys have a good weekend. Lily, Dad loves you.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Leaders
You guys
in
be good.
Washington. There's an apparent deal with Hamas to end the war in Gaza. At a cabinet meeting at Camp David today, President Trump tells reporters that the new agreement with Hamas